When I first got diagnosed with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, I had never heard of it before. Truthfully, I was in denial for about 5 to 6 years. But by the age of about 25, I started to realize the importance of being an advocate for myself, as that was the only way I was going to work through this disease and hopefully find a way that I could get better.
I was diagnosed with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis in 1996. What I found was I had to seek out treatment and find a doctor that was a good fit for me.
I was diagnosed with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis when I was 21 years old, and when I got the diagnosis from my doctor's office, I had absolutely no idea what ulcerative colitis was. I went home that night and I started reading immediately everything that I could get my hands on to find out what this disease was and what was going to happen to me going forward.
There was a wake-up call when I was on a business trip, and unfortunately I had fainted and gotten severely ill after a day's work and was rushed to the emergency room, where I was told that I needed to start taking care of this condition and taking it more seriously. After that event, I went back to where I was living for work, and my family and I had a discussion, and we decided to move closer to home where there was great doctors and providers that could help me with how severe my condition had become.
Advocating for myself, it was not an overnight process. It was probably after about 7 or 8 years after I was diagnosed, and I realized life really wasn't that much better than when I was diagnosed. There has to be a better way. So at that point, I had made an appointment with my doctor and went in and was just very honest with him and told him what we're trying right now isn't working.
It really is important to be proactive, because once you find a doctor that is a good teammate of yours and wants to partner with you in your journey with this disease, it really makes a huge difference to have that partnership. You have to communicate to him what's going on. What kind of symptoms are you having? Is this actually something related to your ulcerative colitis or your Crohn's disease, or is it something else?
When preparing for my doctor's appointment, I put together a list of questions with support of my mom about the disease, different types of medication options, and brought those questions to my doctor's visit. And that preparation was critical in deciding the right medication for me as a next step in my journey.
Because I've been my own advocate, it's really been an education. And like I said, I've educated my doctor on my body, and he's educated me on the treatment options that are out there. And, together we've become a great team. And remember, everyone's experience is different.
Read about your condition. Talk to others through support groups to find out any techniques or tips that help them.
There's support out there. There's the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. There's those of us that are also dealing with the disease.
Being able to play a role in my own treatment journey, it's a very satisfying experience when you've been suffering and what you've been doing isn't working, and you're able to work with your doctor to find a treatment that works for you. It's a very rewarding experience.
Uses of Entyvio, Vedolizumab. Entyvio is a prescription medicine used in adults for the treatment of moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis, moderately to severely active Crohn's disease. Safety considerations. Do not receive Entyvio if you have had an allergic reaction to Entyvio or any of its ingredients. Infusion-related and serious allergic reactions can happen while you are receiving Entyvio or several hours after treatment. Entyvio may increase your risk of getting a serious infection. Please see important safety information during this video. Important safety information. Do not receive Entyvio if you have had an allergic reaction to Entyvio or any of its ingredients. Entyvio may cause serious side effects, including infusion-related and serious allergic reactions can happen while you are receiving Entyvio or several hours after treatment. You may need treatment if you have an allergic reaction. Tell your healthcare provider or get immediate medical help if you get any of these symptoms during or after an infusion of Entyvio: rash, itching, swelling of your lips, tongue, throat, or face, shortness of breath or trouble breathing, wheezing, dizziness, feeling hot, or palpitations, feel like your heart is racing. Entyvio may increase your risk of getting a serious infection. Before receiving and during treatment with Entyvio, tell your healthcare provider if you think you have an infection or symptoms of an infection, such as fever, chills, muscle aches, cough, shortness of breath, runny nose, sore throat, red or painful skin or sores on your body, tiredness, or pain during urination. People with weakened immune systems can get progressive multifocal leukoencephalopathy, or PML, a rare, serious brain infection caused by a virus. Although unlikely while receiving Entyvio, a risk of PML cannot be ruled out. PML can result in death or severe disability. There is no known treatment, prevention, or cure for PML. Tell your healthcare provider right away if you have any of the following symptoms: confusion or problems thinking, loss of balance, change in the way you walk or talk, decreased strength or weakness on one side of the body, blurred vision, or loss of vision. Liver problems can happen in people who receive Entyvio. Tell your healthcare provider right away if you have any of the following symptoms: tiredness, loss of appetite, pain on the right side of your abdomen, dark urine, or yellowing of the skin and eyes, jaundice. The most common side effects of Entyvio include common cold, headache, joint pain, nausea, fever, infections of the nose and throat, tiredness, cough, bronchitis, flu, back pain, rash, itching, sinus infection, throat pain, and pain in extremities. These are not all the possible side effects of Entyvio. Call your healthcare provider for medical advice about side effects. Before receiving Entyvio, tell your healthcare provider about all of your medical conditions, including if you have or think you may have an infection or have infections that keep coming back, have liver problems, have tuberculosis, TB, or have been in close contact with someone with TB, have recently received or are scheduled to receive a vaccine, or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, plan to become pregnant, or plan to breastfeed. Please see accompanying full prescribing information, including the medication guide for Entyvio at entyvio.com, and talk with your healthcare provider. You are encouraged to report negative side effects of prescription drugs to the FDA. Visit www.fda.gov/medwatch or call 1-800-FDA-1088.
And remember, it's important to advocate for yourself and talk to your doctor about different treatment options.